Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make popovers. These were always one of our favorites for Mom to make when we were kids growing up. I'll actually be using her recipe. It's from the Wise Encyclopedia of Cookery. This is my favorite cookbook here. So before we do anything else though, I need to get my pans in the oven. You want your popover pans hot when you put the batter in them. Now this recipe will make 6 of these larger sized popovers, or this pan actually has 11. This is a cast iron popover pan I just got. One of the things that's critical for your popovers is you need a steep side on the pans. That will help the popovers to rise up and to pop nicely. If your pan is too wide, they're going to plop instead of pop. So to grease these, I like to use a pastry brush, which I've dipped in a little Crisco, and just, you know, brush it around the bottoms and up on the sides to make sure everything's thoroughly covered. So I've already done that. So I'm going to put these in the oven, and I'm going to turn my oven on to 450 degrees. And I'm actually going to wait about 5 minutes before I start the batter, because it's going to take less time to make these than it will for my oven to heat up, and you want to make sure your pan's had a chance to heat up. I will get my batter prepped though, so let's go over our ingredients and get things ready, so we'll just have to mix them up when the oven's ready. I've got 1 cup of flour. I'll add a half a teaspoon of salt to that. And then I've got 2 eggs and 1 cup of milk. I'm using 2%. My mother always used whole milk when we were growing up. You can use whatever you have. So I'm going to combine my dry ingredients, the salt and the flour here. So put our half teaspoon of salt in with our flour, and we'll just give that a brief stir to mix it. I've already put my flour in the bowl. Always remember to stir up your flour a little bit. If it's packed down when you put it in there, you'll get too much. I've got my 2 eggs, and always break your eggs into their own bowl. That way if you get any shells or anything else, it's easier to take care of it. And I'm just going to dump those in with my milk, and I'm going to mix those up. And then after my oven has had a chance to heat up, I'll combine the milk and eggs with the flour and salt, and we'll put them in a pan. So that's all there is for right now. I'll see you back here in about 5 minutes when the oven's hot. Our oven's had a few minutes to heat up. So remember, I already put my flour and salt in this bowl, and I've got my eggs and milk here. I'll just give them another quick stir, and all I'm going to do is dump the eggs and milk into the flour and salt, and I'm just going to give this a quick stir. Now you will have a few lumps in there. That's okay, not quite that many, but you don't need to mix it completely smooth. Kind of smash out the bigger lumps, but leave a little bit of lump in there. We are almost there. So I just smashed out some of the bigger lumps. Now this is a fairly thin batter. It's not a real thick batter. As you can see, it's, you know, pretty soupy there. I'll get those lumps mixed in just a little better, but not a lot of mixing. If you overmix it, it'll be tough and they're not going to rise. So I've still got quite a few lumps in there, as you can see, and that's okay. That's about where we want it. So I'm going to get my pan out of the oven. Be careful, your pan is hot at this point. Make sure you've got some pot holders or something to set it on. And I like to use a little scoop, a small ice cream scoop, for measuring it. It makes it a little easier, I think, to get an even amount in each pan. So we're going to do basically Okay, here we go. 1 scoop in each of these guys. Go back and just look if any of them look a little low. You can top them off. Let's see, he could use a drop. And I think he could use a drop. Okay, so once you've got them all filled, we're going to pop this back in the oven. And I'm going to turn my timer on for 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, I'll turn the temperature down some and cook them for another 15 to 20 minutes. So 15 minutes at 450, and I'll see you back here. Start. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. I'm going to change my temperature to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to set another timer for another 15 minutes. If I was making the larger popovers, the larger size pan, I would probably do it for another 20 minutes. They'll take 15 to 20. These smaller ones, though, should be done in about 15 minutes. Do not open your oven door. If you want to, you can turn on the light and peek at them and see how they're rising. But if you open the oven door and let the heat drop, they're likely to plop instead of pop. So leave the door closed and give them another 15 minutes, and I'll see you back here then. Our timer just went off, so we can go ahead and turn our oven off and grab these guys. Woohoo! They look good. I think I did a good job greasing them. I might be able to just dump them out right here. So, we've got our lovely popovers, all nicely popped. And all you need to do now is to take them, and I like to split them in half gently because they're pretty hollow inside. So when you cut them, there's going to be, like you said, you can see there's very hollow. And I'm going to add a little bit of butter. Okay, a lot of butter. And I'm going to add some strawberry jelly. And this is how we always ate them growing up. You can fill them with whatever you like. I like a lot of strawberry jelly in mine. You can add meat to them. You can add savory. You can eat them however you want. Popovers, an American classic. They're very easy to make, as you saw, just a few simple ingredients: flour, salt, eggs, and milk mixed up, baked, and they're wonderful. Such a great treat with dinner. I hope you've enjoyed today's baking popovers. If so, please like and share. Please subscribe to this channel for more good cooking with the Iron Maiden. Thanks and happy baking.